I always find ways to have some fun. Even when I was playing with the walkie-talkie, remember I did the Tony Los Dipitos?
Oh yeah.
Found a random channel where these guys are talking about things. He goes, I hear this voice, hey, Tony, he said something, something, something in Spanish. And he goes, hello, I didn't hear you. And then he starts talking to him, and I forgot what the guy's name was. Oh, he says something in Spanish. And then he's like, well, I'm over here on the south end of the work site and all this other shit. And then I chime in, I'm like, I'm Tony, and I totally love the pitos. They're so delicious. And he got fucking pissed. And then all of a sudden, the Mexican workers are trying to cuss me out, and I start just like making annoying noises and shit. And then out of nowhere, I'm just like, "Goal! A soul, a soul!" And then eventually they realized that I was fucking with them. And then you remember I was doing the commercials on that shit too.
Yeah.
I was doing commercials. I was like, attention everyone, if you're on between the hours, I was saying like the channel number and everything, between the hours of around maybe 10 a.m. until about 5 p.m. Remind Tony that he loves Ipitos. Okay, thank you, bye. I did that shit all the fucking time. Oh my god, were you on? Did I actually have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on
yeah.
here
You did that. And it's like
where he was
I
yelling at me
have
and shit?
announcement. Um, Tony loves the Pitos.
Yes.
Like something like that. Oh, like no, like the news weathercast. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
rainy over here, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Partial
sunny
forecast.
at 4 o'clock today. And Tony loves the Pitos.
Yeah. And then I'd always remind them at the end because somebody would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'd be like, "Oh, pitos means penis." And they'd be like, "Oh, whatever." Well, basically, as soon as that happened, I realized that it was Monday through Friday that they were always talking to each other, and it became so fucked up to this guy to the point where he would say, "Okay, guys, go on this other channel," and so I'd go on the other channel and I'd fuck with them more, and I started doing it more and more, and I did this shit for like about 2 months. I don't know where the fuck they were working. I think it could have been just some construction or whatever, but I messed with these guys so bad they fucking hated me, and I would always have him chime in, going, holding the button down so you can't, interrupt him, and he would just say, "Okay, everyone, right now I'm really getting sick of this." And then later on, it would always be like, "Oh, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. There must be something wrong with my walkie-talkie. It's not working." Because I was getting them so pissed off that this guy was yelling at me, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like that's what I would say. "Okay, cool. Do you still love Tipitos?" And then he would get even more pissed. I had so much fun with that shit. And then eventually the Mexican workers stopped fucking talking on it. They were just listening in, and a few of them were just like, "Hey, essay, that's just funny." Because I would do that. Because you remember I used to have promotions saying, "Hey guys, this is Tony here, and I would just like to let you all know that I totally love the pitos. They're so delicious. I love them in my mouth, and if the balls are in my chin, that just means that I'm doing it right." It was a lot of fun. It was all just off the fly shit. And I had to fucking leave my window closed too because I noticed that I saw some people walking around with fucking walkie talkies because they were trying to find my ass. You know damn well they say they're a 2 mile radius. That shit ain't 2 miles. That shit ain't even one. That's like a half a mile at best. They knew damn well that I was close to where the fuck they were.
Oh.
But it was a lot of fun, and then eventually I just didn't hear them anymore.
Well, it's like if they're in construction, they're not gonna be in the same place.
Yeah, that's true. But they still tried to find me. That was funny as hell. I had way too much fun with that shit, man. And it was funny because like they were trying to do it where they hold the button down so nobody could say anything. They would do that just for like 10 minutes straight. And then as soon as I noticed that like nothing was going on, I just randomly pick up the walkie-talkie and be like, "Oh yeah, Tony Los Pitos." And then I'll say, "Shut up!" It was fun.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't record it because I mean I was just fucking around with the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
They're just the 14 channel ones you could buy from Big Five or wherever. They're like fucking $8 or $10 or something like that. And I had two of them.
Oh. Okay.
Well, because I left one on because I was checking. Because every time somebody says something on it, it lights up. Like the channel number will pop up on the thing and something happened, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd do that, and I'd pay attention to see if like the guy had a more powerful signal than me, so he could talk over me or not. I had a better one. Fuck him. And plus, that was around the same time that I was making up those stupid ass songs. So every now and then I was like singing songs about how much he loves the Pitoes.
You should make the epic ballad of Tony loves loving his Petoes.
Well, the fucked up part is he was like, "Dude, I'm married," just out of nowhere.
It's like it sounds like he's really sensitive about his Petoes.
Well, no, at first the thing that happened was he was actually saying, "What the hell does that mean?" And then that's when I elaborated. I'm like, "Oh, you do not know the Pitos?" And he's like, "What are you talking? What is the Pitos?" And I'm just like, "The Pitos is your penis." And he got pissed. And then a bunch of the other guys were trying to like play it off like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. It's probably some kid doing something." No, that was me fucking with that dude. That shit was fun.
Oh,
And that's the other reason why I used to fuck with him because I'd be like, "Hey Tony," and he'd be like, yeah, keep your pitos clean," and then he'd get mad. That shit was fun.
uh, okay. I'm thinking. Okay, this person's brain that is Tony. It's like he doesn't remember that.
Well,
Like,
he's also at work.
yeah.
That's the other thing.
Okay, I'm just like thinking. What? Is he really dumb or?
Well, he also had Mexican workers where some of them didn't speak English. A lot of them were speaking Spanish just back and forth doing their job.
So he's like the one white guy in the whole thing operating.
Yeah, it's kind of how most of those jobs are, where they have the worker that speaks English, he's in charge of the whole shit. Everyone else, they get paid less, they get treated like dirt. That's why it was so much fun because you could tell that they were just trying to pretend that they were on his side so that it looks like they're defending him. But in reality, you know damn well they're fucking laughing the whole time because they're sick of this motherfucker that's overpaid and not even doing his job right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not doing his job right. Let me correct myself there. But most of the time, the workers that speak English, they don't have manual labor jobs. They're riding the tractors. They're fucking, working the heavy machinery where they're sitting down the whole time. And the other guys are doing some fucking, backbreaking work.
Oh yeah. I know that. It's a typical pattern.
Yeah, welcome to America,
America.
where we have a bunch of Mexican workers getting paid jack shit.
Oh yeah. Um. But yeah, it's just.
Well, I fucked with the Mexican workers too. I mean, don't get it twisted.
Oh okay. All
Because
right.
I would fuck with them. I'd pretend like I went to Jack in the Box or somewhere. I'd pretend to be like the Jack in the Box guy that, you go and order your food and it's into the speaker with the headphones on and shit. And I'd just be like, "Welcome to Jack in the Box. What may I take your order?" And then they would say something. And then I'd be like, "Oh, two Jumbo Yak, large fry, and Coca-Cola." And they'd get pissed off. But whatever, it was fun. I'm telling you, man, I can't take life too seriously.
I know. Just have to learn
Well,
how to let go.
well, not just that. It's like if you're working at a fucking job site, like within the last fucking after the millennium, come on, dude, you're gonna use fucking walkie-talkies that have been around since like '96.
Yeah. People will fuck with you. You know.
Yeah,
It's. Actually, that's the whole thing. Is whatever communications that you can fuck around with will happen. You know.
yep.
Like oh, I have a Skype account that is this name. I could make 1,000 Skype accounts right now. You
Yeah.
know, and it could be anything, and I could just fuck with people all the time. Even with this new age NSA TSA alphabet stuff. In fact, one of the things about like like oh, you could always make a new YouTube account or a new FA account or any account of anything. Just let's say you get banned by somebody.
Well, you could use a VPN too.
Or that too, but let's say I just get banned and like, fuck. But you wanted to get, yeah, you wanted to get back at them somehow. So you can always make a new account, you know?
Well, I've known people that actually fucked with a lot of like eBay accounts.
Oh, like where they rate something.
Yeah. Well, like you can make 20 of them using VPNs and different emails and shit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't require you to do shit. The only problem is you have to actually take it a little more seriously because now eBay got smart,
Oh yeah, they did.
mainly because of PayPal.
Hmm.
But basically, back in the day, if you didn't like somebody, and I've never done this, so I really can't say that it works all the time, but I've seen it work a few times where you could tell that somebody had the exact same account. They just changed their name a little differently. Like even if you go on eBay and you look down at the reviews and stuff, you're gonna notice that there's asterisks around the names and shit
Uh huh.
because they don't want you to know the user account's full information. They don't want you to click on their account and see what they've said or done or whatever. But that's mainly because of PayPal. Because you could use the money order to buy shit back in the day. You could use a check. It wasn't a big deal, but they got smarter with that shit after time. But you can make multiple accounts, and let's say you didn't like somebody, and you just pretended to buy a bunch of their shit and leave negative feedback saying, "Oh, this guy's a scam artist."
Yeah.
I'm glad that they actually corrected that one though, because PayPal really, it's a lot of it is in defense of the buyer. But if you don't have a PayPal account, you can't buy shit.
Hmm.
And PayPal doesn't fuck around. If you didn't pay for it, fuck you, you know.
Uh huh.
But with the way that it's designed, it still is in defense of the buyer. So a lot of people that legitimately pay for something could do it just to fuck with someone. It's just not ethical.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for the seller because it's not there's no proof that they sent an item to whoever's house and there's proof that they opened it up and it was damaged. Because if somebody wanted to be a real dick, let's say they bought something that has, it's really sensitive. Who knows? It could be a fucking iPhone or some shit or a fucking big screen TV, and they could just start slamming it on the ground and shaking it around and shit. And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing an unboxing video on YouTube," and then they open it up. Oh shit, the whole screen is shattered. Oh fuck this eBay here, and they pull out all the invoice and everything. This is the user. Fuck him. They could do that
Yeah.
if they really wanted to fuck with somebody. They could do that shit, and I'm not cool with that.